Hey guys, welcome back to another beer review. Thank you for tuning in today. Today's beer comes from the great state of Michigan, and from the Founders Brewing Company. Today we're going to be trying Solid Gold. This is not going to be your dad's lager. It's not going to be your dad's beer. This is the new take, or a new take on an old classic from Founders. This is their premium lager. Let's see. This is made with the finest malts and hops, and it has memorable quality and a legendary taste. What I think is cool about this beer is that this beer is only going to be on draft, or it's going to be in cans. There's no bottles, which I think is kind of cool. It kind of does go back to that nostalgia, that old school style of beer, where a lot of it was only done in cans, and it has that cool kind of throwback look. And then the other thing that I thought was cool was this beer is the recipe was revamped, and it now features lager yeast, corn, and then lemon drop hops, which I think is a little, pretty cool. Kind of give it its own little taste with an old recipe, an old style of beer. Kind of give it a little bit of tweak to see what it can bring for people who haven't had a lager before. There's actually people out there who kind of jump into the craft beer scene and never had a Pilsner or a lager, your kind of base beers, and they have nothing. They don't know anything about it. So let's go ahead and get into this beer, you guys. Pretty cool, brewed for us, as the motto for Founders here on the top. This was canned on January 31st of 2018. So we're a little over a month and a half old. Drink responsibly. They don't serve Founders in the clink. That's what it reads. I'm not really sure what that is. But, so yeah, this beer weighs in at 4.4% alcohol by volume. And it has 20 IBUs. So not very bitter. Didn't expect it to be. I do like the labeling a lot. Very cool. Just kind of your throwback style of font and coloring with that kind of off-white background there. And then the blue and gold font for the Solid Gold print. So that's pretty sweet. So I actually got this beer, you guys, from my distributor. She hooked it up with a free can of Solid Gold. So I appreciate that. And let's go ahead and get it into a glass. Ooh. Smells like a nice hop. It almost smells like an IPA almost, but that was kind of weird. Alright, as we pour it into the glass, we got a nice clear look. Lots of bubbles. Lots of carbonation. And there we go. All of it into the can, or into the glass, you guys. Let's give you a closer look. So nice clear body, you can see right through it. And then about a finger of foamy head there on the top, nice and white color. And then lots of bubbles coming up. So looks just like just like a lager would look. So one of the lagers that I've always had was MGD. MGD was kind of my first introduction to beer. It is what I would go to. I would buy it all the time just because that's all I knew. Dad drank it, so I'm going to drink it, It was just kind of one of those things. So it's kind of cool to kind of come back to your, the beginning of your, beer drinking career. I don't know if you can even want to call that a career, but your first type of beer that I ever had was a lager. So it's cool to kind of come back and see a new take on it from, a great brewery like from Founders. So I think it's cool. I think it's cool that you kind of get all that and it comes back around. So let's give it a first whiff. See what we got here, guys. It does have a little bit of maltiness. It does have a slight hoppy, piney kind of profile. And then after that after that profile kind of goes past, you definitely get your regular kind of beer smell, like your standard lager beer scent. There's not really I don't really know how else to explain it, but It's kind of just that weird beer smell. Okay. It definitely has a very clean, very thin body. It has a nice taste. It does have that lager profile, again, like we would expect. The lemon drop hops, not really sure what those are, but those stand out, and that's good. It's a nice little twist on an old classic. You can kind of smell and taste that corn that they say they brew this beer with, and that's a lot better than some of the rice fillers that some of the other beer companies use. It just kind of dulls down the taste and makes it less of a quality beer to drink. I know corn isn't all that great, but it is it does have a good taste if it's done right, and this is where it's at with that. So I feel that the corn that they've brewed this beer with, it's good. And I think with it being fresh too, it's only, like I said, only a month old. It's good. It's got a good taste to it. I'm really liking that those lemon drop hops. It's got a little bit of a candy taste, real quick, like a hard candy taste, and then it's done. So this is a good beer, you guys. I think it's worth drinking. Worth picking up if you want to try it, if you want to go back to an old classic, but again, it's got a little bit of a new twist or a new take on this beer. This is Solid Gold from Founders. So if you guys have had this beer, let me know what you thought down below in the comments. I'd be interested to see if you like this beer. Did you enjoy it? Do you think it's just kind of like a gimmick, just to kind of sell more beer? Or do you think it's actually something that'll stay around for a while because of, again, it's an old classic? So leave the comments down below, you guys. I'd be curious to see what you think. As far as final rating for this beer, you guys, I think out of 5, I'm gonna give it 3.5 out of 5. It's a good beer. It's a good drinker. Easy drinking, light bodied. It's got a nice, lager taste. That lemon drop hops, again, a little bit of a nice candy finish, which is kind of weird because it's different, but it's good. It's very, very welcomed, I guess you could say. So 3.5 out of 5. Let me know if you enjoy this beer, you guys. If you enjoy this review, give me a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, right down here, you can hit that subscribe button. We have more beer reviews coming. We have some more beers from Michigan headed our way for review for you guys. So stay tuned, you guys. Thank you for watching, and we will see you on the next episode.